So I am joined here by Ellen White. Soccer Aid 2024. How excited are you to A, be back on a football pitch, but B, be back on a football pitch for such a good cause?
I'm very excited, very terrified.
Terrified.
I think just stepping back on the pitch, I haven't played football. Well, come this game, we're coming up to 2 years, so it's mental, really. But yeah, no, this is such an incredible cause. I feel very honoured and proud to be part of the England team, and to obviously be at Stamford Bridge as well. It's such a special, iconic day event. So yeah, to have been asked to be part of it, yeah, I am really looking forward to it.
Now, of course, with the England team, you've got an England legend in Frank Lampard. You've got a managerial legend in Harry Redknapp, but you've also got, you've got names like Jill Scott, Karen Carney, etc. Which one are you most looking forward to playing with or playing under?
Yeah, no disrespect to Jill or Kaz. I'm a big West Ham fan, so Harry Redknapp, I like to pick his brain, chat to him a little bit. Obviously, Frank Lampard played for West Ham as well. So yeah, them guys will be really cool to kind of speak to and to be managed by. So that'll be really fun. Jack Wilshere's in there. He's an unbelievable footballer. So do you know what? It'd just be really cool to get together and to see all the ex-pros and the celebrities and stuff. So I've heard the training's pretty cool when everyone comes together. So yeah, I'm just excited to be part of the team, to be honest.
Yeah. And speaking about England in general, how important is it for the England women's team, with these Euro 2025 qualifiers, to have a name like Leah Williamson back in the fold?
Yeah, it's really... she was obviously in the squad for the last camp, but then obviously got injured. So yeah, it's really special for her. She's worked tremendously hard in her rehab, and I think everyone knows how honoured and how special playing for England is for her. She was so pivotal, and obviously us winning the Euros, being captain, that leader, that calmness on the pitch. So to have her back in the fold is amazing for England. And I know that she's going to relish every opportunity. So I'm really proud of her I know how hard coming back from a knee injury is. So yeah, it's incredible to see her back, happy and playing football and playing for England.
And speaking about women's football, Chelsea have got a very big game on the horizon against Barcelona. They didn't get the Conti Cup, but there's still so much to play for in Emma Hayes' final season with the club. What do you think about that fixture? Because Barcelona against Chelsea, it is blockbuster, isn't it?
Yeah, it is blockbuster. But you've got to beat the best to obviously go on to be... get the Champions League. Obviously they've played them previously. We know that final. But I think the team's very different. They've got a great squad. They've got obviously the leader in Emma Hayes, who's experienced it, and I can imagine she wants that Champions League medal. I think it'll be incredible, and I'm excited to watch it. But then you can't dismiss Barcelona because they've got a couple of good players, I would say, in that team.
Yeah, just a few.
Yeah, just a few. Some very good English ones as well, in Kira and Lucy. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Me from a neutral, I'm very excited to watch it and watch women's football progress and develop, and everyone be excited for those games.
Speaking about women's football progressing, one of your teams, Manchester City, it's so tight at the top of the WSL. Looking at Manchester City as a football club in general, such a powerhouse, do you see Manchester City women becoming, one of those names that is talked about when it comes to competing in Europe once they, get a few more seasons under their belt competing in that competition?
I think when they won the league in 2016, I think that's what they wanted. They wanted to keep that pushing and pushing and pushing. And I think for the last few seasons, and when I was there as well, we just couldn't quite get through to the next rounds in the Champions League. For a number of different reasons. So yeah, I think as a club like Manchester City, with the facilities and everything they've got with it, you would hope that they would want to be fighting Champions League spots and be similar to Chelsea and playing the Barcelonas and being in the knockout rounds. So yeah, I'm sure that's in their future of what they want to achieve as a club, and moving forward. And yeah, we want to see English clubs doing well in the Champions League, and whoever that is, it'll be amazing to see. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the future and what that brings for English clubs going on to win big trophies.
WSL, obviously, you've played for Chelsea, you've played for Man City. Who do you see taking the WSL title home, and Arsenal as well, of course?
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because Man City, that's what they're fighting for now. They've got to go everything for the title and for the WSL. They're not in any of the cups anymore. And then obviously you've got Chelsea that have got potentially a lot more games, and they're in 3 competitions. So yeah, Chelsea have experienced it and got that winning mentality. But Man City are a bit of a juggernaut as well. That their form has been incredible recently. I don't want to call it, no. So please don't make me call it. And yeah, obviously for Arsenal to go on to win it, you know, Chelsea and City have to slip up quite heavily. So they need to keep within the Champions League spots. So yeah, I think it's a kind of 2-horse race at the moment. But yeah, I can't really call it. And I think that's exciting for the neutral, isn't it? And for the WSL, that competitiveness, and it could come down to the last game of the season and obviously goal difference. Yeah,
and that's what you want to see. And you know, going over to the men's game, the Premier League, it is very tight at the top. Manchester City, do you see another treble potentially on the horizon for Pep Guardiola? Because it really is all happening for them this season, isn't it?
That would be mental, wouldn't it?
Imagine.
It would be absolutely mental.
But I feel like if anybody can do it, it's Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, he's ridiculous, isn't he? But I think Klopp would have a lot to say, and Arteta would have a bit to say as well. So, and again, I think you know, it's not happened for a number of years. 3 teams at the top, so close, like a point or 2 in it. And again, it's just so exciting. And I can't wait to see come, you know, the next 5-6 games, what's going to happen. So yeah, I don't want to call it, but it would be an incredible fairy tale for Klopp, wouldn't it? Obviously, Arteta and Arsenal haven't won it for about 20 years, and obviously City could go on to win a historic number of titles. So yeah, it's just ridiculous, and the quality each team possesses is just amazing. So yeah, I'm just all about watching amazing football at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah, and finally, going back to the WSL, who has been for you the standout player this season?
I think it's probably got to be Lauren James, isn't it? Obviously we're at Stamford Bridge, and she scores a lot of goals on this pitch. Yeah, she's been phenomenal. I'm just trying to think as well. Anyone else that I'm trying to think off the top of my head? She's the one that probably stands out the most to me. Yeah. Especially as well, she's kind of taken that lead as well, having big injuries for Chelsea as well, scoring a number of goals for them, and having to play kind of that false 9 as well for them. So yeah, and she's English, so that's great for us. Yeah, for an England supporter.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.